I just watched the new Crow movie. The remake wasn't a remake. They just kept the two main characters' names, and that was it. Nothing else is the same. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I think it's worse than the Borderlands movie. Not technically. Technically, it's better than the Borderlands movie, but this one hurts more because The Crow was my childhood. I used to dress up as the Crow every Halloween, and this was a slap in the face. So this is a spoiler warning because I'm gonna dive somewhat deep into it. So let's just get started with Eric's backstory. Takes 35 minutes, and the whole backstory between Eric and Shelly. I don't even like calling them Eric and Shelly. Feels like blasphemy. There's no Sarah in this at all. They kind of try to replace her with a different character, but it's an adult, so it didn't make sense. And it wasn't her at all. They just had another character in, and she dies almost immediately. Not supposed to be Sarah. I'm just saying the character where Sarah was supposed to be, they put in a different character. And of course, it shows Skarsgård's ass, Eric's ass, because every movie with a fit male has to show the male's ass. Is the only bare thing you see. That is the only nude scene in this movie is Skarsgård's ass. And it feels like Master Cheeks all over again. Where I really checked out of this movie was when the villain, I wasn't even sure was the villain until he said, "Centuries I've been here." What? I mean, okay, I guess he's got powers. But boring villain, boring villain. The tone and acting is all wrong. Interactions are bad. The action is bad. The gunplay is bad. The CGI is really bad. Like, I'd rather be watching Spawn. It was a better movie, and I think the CGI was more charming, at least. Because the brutal scenes, like, there's a part where he shoves a sword into a guy's face, like that. And it looks awful. It looks awful. I mean, it's fun. I guess it was a fun little thing to do, but it kind of just didn't belong in the movie. It feels like they were trying to go for a John Wick Punisher type movie instead of what The Crow was supposed to be. And Eric barely speaks, but when he does, Shelly! Shelly! Shelly!
Ah! Shelly! Oh God!
Speaking of Shelly, Shelly's mouth and voice bother the hell out of me. She doesn't ever close her lips. And this isn't being racist. She just is doing the duck face, like thinking it's cute the whole time, and she's whispering seductively the entire time. And it got old immediately. I don't remember which character said it. I think it was Eric. He says, "Anywhere is better than this fucking place." I agree. I felt that so hard. I did not want to be watching this movie. And what really showed me what this movie was, who this movie was made for. It was made for the people who made the movie. That's the only people it was made for. They made fun of angsty teens and the fact that angsty teens like movies like The Crow. So it is definitely self-aware, and that makes me think that it was bad on purpose, that they didn't try on purpose. This movie feels like it was filmed in a public bathroom, and the tattoos on Eric are the scribbles on the wall. And just when it seems like it's turning around, it stops. Whenever Eric becomes the Crow, the first time, it happens twice. Whenever he becomes the Crow, by the way, that scene sucks. Except for the part where he gets his makeup. He gets the makeup, and it looks cool until he wakes up in the bath where he died, and it's not there anymore. Why? Instead, he uses tattoo ink, which is perfectly fitting because it's trashy, and his tattoos were trashy. This movie's trashy. The Crossroads is boring, and the guy talks with his teeth. He talks like this. Like he's trying to be death. He's trying to, I think it feels like he's trying to portray that he is actually a skeleton. I don't know. That's the only thing that I could think of that why he would talk like that, like a skull would be talking. And is dumb. Really dumb. And he cries throughout the whole movie until the final fight scene, which lasts for like 5 minutes, and it was awful and open, and it was bright. The lighting was really bright, and it was just it was the end of Kill Bill. They tried to make the end of Kill Bill, and it was just not as good as the end of Kill Bill. You know, the scene where she just is one lady fighting everybody with a sword. That's what they tried to do, and it was just not very good. There was an opera happening. It was cutting in and out of the opera and the fight scene, and it just was lame. I didn't like it. I didn't like this movie. I actually hated it. I'm going to give it a 1. I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. No, I'm going to give it a 0.5 out of 10. Because the fight scenes were cool, but the CGI takes you out of it, and the lighting takes you out of it. And this hurt. This hurt me to watch. 0.3 out of 10. Don't go watch this movie. Don't pay for this movie. Don't even watch it for free on streaming, because you're going to give them ad revenue. Oh, and the ending was just trash. It was just trash, because there was no fight. A dude apparently wanted Eric to show up there so he can steal his secret death power, which, by the way, he got again because he realized that Shelley was possessed by the devil at one point, which was the guy that he's trying to go kill. So they were like, oh, your love is not pure, you don't get to be the Crow anymore. And then he makes a really stupid deal out of nowhere where he's like, my soul for hers. Which, cool, but like, why would you go there immediately? Why not negotiate a little bit? Anyway, the end. Well, dude tries to steal the Crow powers, and the love and the memories that Eric have basically make him win against this villain, and he saves the day. And he leaves the villain guy. I don't even know his name. I had to think about what Eric's name was, because I forgot that it was Eric from the original The Crow. I didn't know his name for the first half of the movie. And then I realized, oh yeah, this is a remake. It's going to be Eric. They get to this crossroads, leaves dude there. He gets sucked into the pool by some tentacles or whatever. And then Shelley comes up out of the water, and Shelley is revived at the point where they were killed, but Eric is not. So that really doesn't make any sense. So we went back in time now? Is that guy stopped now? Is he dead? I don't understand the way the time works, apparently, in this movie. And Eric's just dead. He's just dead. I guess he's going to hell, but it doesn't really ever say it. He just kind of walks off into the distance at the crossroads place. Bad movie. Bad movie. I don't want to think about it anymore. No more bad movies. I'll probably watch every bad movie.